Congratulations. 10 years
Thanks.
is quite a feat to be celebrating, and then you only decide you're ready for a tour. What was the thinking behind that process?
Well, I decided I have enough money to take the risk. Before I was like, I'm still strong in the hustle.
Wow. And then obviously that play, Tumi or Not Tumi. I mean, that's a play on Shakespeare. It's quite clever, actually. How did that come about?
Because a lot of people call me Tumi. And then I didn't know you'd want to be a show-off and call me Tumi instead of Tumi. Because then when they read it, they know it's to me or not to me. You know?
Yeah.
To me or not to me, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just playing on the whole Shakespearean thing with Hamlet and his Enarlaka botsang, you know? Because I've had that Enarlaka botsang, you know? When you're at that point of call to action. Because I've done TV and I've done live. And live, I'm quite rough. Gloves are off, I'm in there. And on TV, obviously it's censored. I've got bosses, people telling me what to say, what not to say. And so South Africa has encountered both of them, and there are South Africans who've only seen TV to me and don't know stage to me. And I had to decide which to me am I going to be. And so when I decided to do this show, I said, this is where people must come and decide who I really am. Am I that to me that they see on stage who's punching hard, or am I that lovely little to me that's on the TV and being nice?
I think you're a combination of everything, right? But should people come to this show, I mean, what are you hoping to impart? What's the theme and message behind it?
I'm value for money, my friend. They must come. First of all, I don't know why y'all used my fat picture, but it's all good. I'm a not hate on ANN 7. It's all right. Mama works hard, loses the weight, and which picture do they use? Anyway, but people must come because I'm value for money, I believe. After 10 years, I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I'll be traveling around the country, and even though it's the same materials that's traveling, it's not delivered in the same way because I know my audiences are not the same. The way I speak to a Joburg audience is not the same way I speak to a Cape Town audience, you know? And I mean, any guy with a wife and side chicks will understand this. You do not address all in the same manner. Or when they say, there's the baby, and there's the, oh, mama sekaya, and there's the, oh, my hotness. So, but you're saying the same thing to all of them, saying, I love you. So, yeah, people should expect that. They should expect good times. You know, there's a lot of negative feedback that you get, you know, in life from news and everything that's happening. Then when you come, I take all of that stuff and I go, man, let's just de-stress for a good hour and a half, for a good 2 hours. Let's just de-stress for a second, you know.
10 years in the industry, obviously you've also seen the comedy scene grow. Obviously, since its inception, you know, it's now become a viable option as a career path in South Africa. What are your thoughts in finding your niche within that besides being a female and a comedian, but just solidifying your space in that arena?
I think it was so much easier for us when we were starting out because there were so few good comedians who were pushing it, you know? And I think it's harder now, I feel, for the younger comedians coming up because now there's so many and now people have to sift through all of these offerings to find the best. So right now, if you want to stay, you have to have that unique selling point. You need to have a plan. You really need to have a business plan for your career. I mean, besides being funny is the #1 thing. That's the thing. If you don't have it, forget it. But you really need to push and you need to decide where you want to be. Do you want to be in TV? Do you want to be live? Do you want both? Because if you want both, then you better be smart as hell. And I am saying I'm smart as hell. So you need to have a plan, man. And what's exciting as well is with women, you know. Before it used to just be a thing of, there's a girl, we can put her on stage just so we can say we had a girl on stage. Now, we literally can have a festival of 10 women headlining a show. And each of them will be worth their metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how much this comedy scene has grown. And the most exciting thing is to see vernacular comedy grow. Because when I was starting out, I remember I used to do quite a bit of in my comedy. And then, because at the time, the audience was mostly white and Indian, you know, my comedy, I became very English-centered. And that's how I've grown with my comedy. So when I see other vernac comedians coming up and they're just amazing, I'm like, this comedy, man, it becomes even more accessible to the people at home, to people who don't have, you know, access in the urban areas. So you can go out and spread your wings with your comedy, you know? And it's amazing. I love that.
Okay, well, that was comedian extraordinaire Tumi Morake joining us, chatting to us about her show, Tumi or Not Tumi. the award-winning comedian, celebrates 10 years in the industry and embarks on her first official tour. So do go out and support this phenomenon.